everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth. It's good to have you. Please consider subscribing and turning on your post notification bell if you are a crafter or just enjoy crafting videos. My goal at the moment is to have 1,000 of you lovely people subscribe to my channel. So please help me to achieve my goal so I can continue to bring you more crafting videos. Today I'm going to be showing you how I stitch yarn using my embroidery machine and create a cushion cover. And if you would like to see how I do this, stay tuned. So I'm going to be trying a technique which I think is called couching. I'm not too sure. But what I'm going to be doing is using this yarn here to create a design on this fabric which I'm going to make into a cushion. Now I've digitized the design on Embird myself, and this is the first time I'm doing it, so hopefully it all goes well. So I'm using this yarn which I got from Amazon. I paired this color up as the color closely matched to the yarn, okay, and this is pink orchid. And for the other parts of the design I'm going to be using this pale, aqua and sky color. I've also bought this fabric glue pen by Sewline, and it's a pen like that. So I'm going to be using this to stick my yarn onto the fabric, and I have my fabric and my cutaway stabilizer hooped, so this is all inside the hoop. I'm not floating, so hopefully that should be okay. And I have a pair of scissors for cutting. Right, I'm ready to try out this new technique, so I'm going to take you to the machine. Okay, so I am at the machine and I'm going to stitch out. Before I stitch the yarn, I'm going to just do some normal embroidery. The reason why I'm doing that first is so that, because the yarn is quite thick, I don't want my kind of needle to drag on the yarn. So I'm just going to stitch out some normal embroidery first and then do the, I think it's called couching, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section please. Okay, so let's begin. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to do a trace of my space. Okay, we are good to go. Okay, so I've just done a color change and I'm just going to continue with the design. So that part of the design is done. I just need to do the actual couching now. So what I'm going to do actually is change my thread really quick and I'll be back. So I have done a colour change now to match my yarn, and I'm just going to stitch out, this is a placement stitch of my actual design. Okay, so that is my placement stitch done. So this is the tricky part now. So I can see on my machine that I need to put some glue up onto about here and then place my yarn down. So that is what I'm going to do. I've also got this awl here to help me keep things down when I'm stitching, and my trusted pencil as well to just kind of keep things down and prevent me from getting any injury to my fingers. I'm also hoping that my yarn isn't too thick for this because I cannot, unlike some other machines where you can raise the presser foot a bit higher, I cannot do that with mine. So I'm just going to test to see if it's going to be able to cope with that. Okay, I feel like it will cope. I also need to change the speed of my machine. I need to reduce the speed of my machine. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll be back to continue. Okay, so I've changed the speed of my machine to 400 stitches per minute. That's as low as it will go. And I've changed the angle slightly so you can see a bit better. So I'm going to place some glue down on my placement stitch just up until the point where it's going to stop. And I know that seems like a lot of glue, but I do not want it to come off, so it's just a matter of placing it down, and I'm just going to go a little bit beyond the actual glue and then follow it around, trying to get it centered and giving it a good press so that it adheres to the glue so my yarn is secure. Okay, right, let's see what happens. Attach my hoop, press a foot down, and if anything I can always stop if I have to. Okay, so that's that bit done. Okay, I had to do a little kind of finagling. Right, the next part of my design is coming up to about here, and I can see that on my screen, so I'm just going to put some glue just past that space and put enough glue on. And I believe this glue is it washes away, so, and it doesn't damage your needle either. So I'm just putting enough on, and I need to work quite quickly here so it doesn't stick, so it doesn't dry out, sorry. I'm just doing the same thing. I'm pressing it down so it sticks, and then we continue, and it's going to be more of the same, so I may just speed this part up so I'm not talking through the whole process. But basically, a bit of glue is going to stitch over it. If I have to, I can stop it, move my yarn around a little bit, and then carry on stitching. Okay, we are finished. It's done, and I am actually really happy with the way it's turned out. So I've got some extra bits to cut off here, and I'm going to take you to the table and finish that off. But that is gorgeous. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right, let's go to the table. Okay, so we are back at the table where I'm just going to tidy up this stitch out. Just a little loose thread there. This was okay to do, but it was a lot of starting and stopping and moving, you know, when it came to the actual yarn part of the design. So I'm just cutting off these tails from my yarn. And making sure I don't cut my stitches. Okay, that's it done. Just lint roll some of these fuzzy bits off. It does fray a bit, this yarn, but once you kind of pull at it, it stops shedding basically. So there is the design. I absolutely love it, and we can kind of just fluff it up a bit to get rid of all the kind of presser foot marks or stitch marks. Just fluff it up. There, it didn't catch very well. You can see it caught here rather than in the middle. But as for my first try and a digitized file that I did myself, I think it's not bad. I like it. So I'm just fluffing up my yarn here. This part here I'm not keen on, this part here, because it didn't catch very well, and the yarn, I seem to lay the yarn down in a bit of a twist, but I think it's quite cute. I like it. Home sweet home. Right, so I would say if you were going to try this technique on your machine, there are 3 things that I would suggest. So you need one of these, an oar or a stiletto. I would also say slow down your machine to as slow as it can go. Mine can only go down to 400 stitches per minute. And the best thing, let me just get it, this. Okay, so this Soline glue pen has been absolutely wonderful. Okay, and I think it helped that I did digitize this, so I knew how I kind of formed the letters. So yeah, I'm quite proud of myself. I was really counting on it to go horribly wrong, but it didn't. So let's just unhoop this. As I said, this is going to be made into a cushion. So this is going to be the front of the cushion. So I am going to just, and the back looks great. It really does. I'm always happy when I see the back of my my kind of embroidery work and it's quite clean. I did set my, in Embird, I did set this to not stop every time I did a color change for the word sweet. So it didn't do any stops and tie-in and tie-offs. So it did stop, but it didn't do any cuts or tie-in and tie-offs. It just did a continuous thing, which was fantastic. So I've learnt something else on Embird as well, thanks to somebody on one of the Facebook groups that I follow. I can't remember the name of the page. I think it's Embird something or another. Embird digitizing, something like that. Yeah, I asked the question and somebody who was brilliant at Embird answered my question, and I was able to put that into place and take off all the cutting from my digitized file. So I'm really happy about that. Okay, I'm just removing the bulk of this stabilizer, and I don't know why I'm making a terrible job of it, but I'm just scared of cutting into my beautiful design. But that will do as far as taking the bulk off. Okay, I might trim it a bit more, but for now, this is the design. What I'm going to do is this, actually, let me just tell you the measurements of my fabric. So, this fabric is 30 by 50, so 30 centimeters by 50 centimeters. And I also have, so this is going to be the front, and I thought I would have this on the back, and I'm doing a kind of pocket style cushion cover. I'm not going to be using any zips, so this is going to be on the back, and I've got two lots of this material in the same size, which is 30 by 33, and I've got two of them. And I've also gone ahead and I have done a folded and ironed 1 centimeter kind of a hem here, just to make everything neat. So that is going to be the next part when I stitch this out. So I'm just going to just do a zigzag stitch on these raw edges. I've already done it on our main fabric here. So I've just gone ahead and I've stitched the edge so it doesn't fray. I don't think this fabric will fray as much, but I'm just going to do it anyway, just to kind of, yeah, be preventative more so. Okay. So I'm not going to bore you with this bit, I'm just going to show a little bit of it and then we'll come back at the end to see how it looks. So that is what it's looking like. So I'm just going to go around and finish all the 4 edges on both the back pieces. So I have finished hemming, or doing a zigzag stitch, a preventative stitch to prevent fraying. So that's done. So now I am going to stitch this hem down so we have a neat edge. So I'm just going to get that done. Okay, so we have our hem done. I don't know if you could see that properly because of the lighting, but I'm gonna go ahead and also do this one. Okay, so I'm ready to put the 2 bits of fabric together. So we need them pretty sides facing down, basically. So I'm going to put this down on top of this side, like that. And I'm going to pin around the edges. My back fabric seems a little shorter than my main fabric, but that's fine, as in width-wise, but that's fine. And I'm just going to go around and just clip those together. Sorry if my arm is in the way. Okay, so we've got that bit down. Now we also need to put this side down. Again, pretty sides facing down, so our main fabric is facing up. Okay, so I'm back at my sewing machine and I'm just going to stitch very quickly around all four sides. Okay, so it is all stitched, so I'm now going to turn this inside out. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it inside out. Before I do that, actually, I am going to just snip my corners so I get a nice turn. So now I can turn it inside out, or right side out I should say. Right side out, and push those corners out so I get a nice crisp pointy corner. Like a crisp corner or pointy corner I should say. Right, so that is done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it to the iron and just press these so that it's nice and flat. So I have pressed it and I have inserted my cushion insert, and here's the cushion done. I think it turned out really beautiful. I really love the yarn effect on there, the couching I think it's called. Please correct me in the comment section if that's not what it's called, but I think it turned out really cute. It is adorbs. I love it. And here is the back, and I just used this fabric because I thought it was a nice accent to have on the back, because then you could have it this way or this way. I think this way is the way I'm gonna have it. So if you found this video useful or interesting, please like and subscribe if you haven't yet done so, and click your post notification bell and check all so that you never miss a video from me. Please feel free to interact with the comment section by leaving any comments, questions, or any suggestions about any videos that I should do in the comments section below. And as always guys, don't have a good day, have an amazing day. Till next time, bye.